Just doing it.
Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Simply Together show on the 18th of November. How many weeks to Christmas?
I don't know.
Jesus.
4, 5, 6, maybe 6.
It's 37 days. It's 37
How many?
days. 37 days, I think.
37 days.
Well, I saw somewhere yesterday it said 38 days. So
right, people, you need to start your
37.
Christmas shopping. If you haven't started, you need to start. It's only 37 days.
Nico's you say you're not doing any?
No, well, I'll do a little bit, but I'm going away, aren't I?
Oh.
Where are you going?
I am going to Marbella.
She's going to Marbella, and for some reason, she thinks that's why she doesn't need to buy any Christmas presents.
Yeah.
I think your nieces and nephews will beg to differ. I think
my niece and nephews are too busy clubbing and doing this and that.
Oh, they're all
okay. And the little ones that I might consider buying for are going to be with me and my bear anyway.
Oh, that's all right then. That's okay. Yeah. That's okay. So it's chilly out there, people.
It's cold outside.
Yeah, it is chilly. And I've been outside, and so I know it's chilly. Have you walked the dog today, Shelley?
Yes, walked the dog. And yes, it was very, very fresh.
I've got a long coat on.
And I got the coat on, yes.
Long sleeves and a coat.
Yes.
So anybody needs to know it is cold out there because Shelley said so. It is cold. So we've got a very special guest on today, but we'll get to that in a minute. So how are you doing, Nico?
I'm good, thank you. Counting down. I mean, obviously, if it's 37 days to Christmas, it is only 32 days until I go away.
Okay. You don't need to stir the pot, you know.
No, but Cecilia, it's very good, thank you. Yes, it is extremely cold there. I was kind of shocked this morning. I actually drove in my coat. Because normally I would just put the coat in the car, but it was, even just to walk to the car, I couldn't do it without my coat.
It's a bit chilly out there, people. Bit chilly. How are you doing, Shelley?
I'm good, thank you. I'm been out and about and doing bits and pieces, and I think I stayed in all weekend. I think that was one of the better options with the way the weather was. But yes, it's been good. It's been good. How have you been getting on, Cecile?
I'm good. A little bit chilly. Went to Yvonne Michelle's Caught in a Lie on Saturday. Was helping out down in London, and if you've seen it, you kind of need to go and see it again, because I just think she's stepping up the ante every single time she does a show. It's just getting bigger and bigger. So anybody who hasn't seen it or wants to see it, it's on at the Hat Factory on Friday, and there are a few tickets. You're rolling your eyes. Are you out again, Nico?
Do you know how many things I've been invited to on that day? Apart from the fact that obviously I'll be going to a funeral in the morning, and they've got the wake in the evening, which I was going to go to, and then another event that I had already committed to got moved.
Oh, okay.
So Friday is going to be an exceptionally interesting day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's why I was rolling my eyes, because I thought, that would be nice, get it in there before January comes, because we don't go out in January. So yeah.
Well, it's on Friday. Starts 7:30 at the Hat Factory, and if you can't go, there's going to be some more next year. But actually, next year she's doing one in central London, at a theatre. So yes, watch this space. I would say just watch this space. It is just growing and growing and growing. Hello, Kelly. How are you doing? Yes. So that's where I was on Saturday. I didn't go to bed till 3 a.m.
Oh,
because
wow.
it didn't finish till 11:30. I think it was supposed to be finished by 11, and people leaving by 11, but it just went on and it went on.
Yeah.
11:30 by the time we packed away and then drove back to Luton, and then you get in and you can't fall asleep straight away. I think that was nearly 3. So busy weekend. It's been a busy weekend, and I've got a busy one this weekend as well. So there you go. So our special guest today is none other than Shelley Titmus. She is going to talk to us about a subject that is very close to her heart and what she's involved in. And I'm going to hand it over to you, Miss Shelley.
Well, I did put a post up on our Facebook page and on my pages and stuff. It's an odd one, and when you understand the reason why of where it is and who started it up, it's an awareness day for survivors of suicide loss. So you're talking anyone that's lost a loved one to suicide. It started off in America, and the reason why it's this time of year is it's held on the Saturday after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
That's the date that they decided that quite a lot of families would be together, so they can add this onto that weekend. And it's now become international. For us in the UK, SOBS, so Survivors of Bereavement by Suicide, they are a charity that's the main one in the UK for that particular side of things that's around suicide. Now, before I go on, you know all of the things that we share out, that if you're in need of any help or anything, I'm going to put them on across the bottom of the I haven't got this thing now. Where is it? I'll put them across the bottom, like the banners across the bottom, because you've got Shout, Samaritans, Calm, and all the others that you can actually contact. Those kind of charities are for people that are in that crisis point, or you're worried about people in that crisis point. For people that's unfortunately that's happened in their family or with a loved one or with a friend, you're going through a grief, but you're going through grief differently. And it's like, I think on SOB's webpage they've got it's like grief, but with all the lights turned on. Everything's turned up to 1,000. And if you think about anyone that you've lost naturally, the grief that you actually have is only one part of someone that's going through this kind of grief process with someone with suicide, because you've then got the stigma that you kind of put on yourself, the worry that you put on yourself, everything that's kind of happened that you're then thinking, I should have been there, I should have done more, I should have done this, I should have done that. You're getting that. But then you're also then getting things physically that would then be different. So having to go through possibly an autopsy, going through the courts, and actually then having an inquest done into someone's death. There's other things that go around with that. Not only sort of then trying to think how other people will react to you even. I mean, I've had it where I've known people that have lost children and they just don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But when you've
Yeah.
got someone with suicide, that people just don't know what to say. Do I say their names? Do I ask about what happened? All of that is then compounded around someone suddenly going from their lives. So it is something that does go hand in hand with all like the prevention stuff that I've then done, because the different things that I've done with the OLLIE Foundation, the thing that I've done with the Baton of Hope, you're wanting to prevent it most of the time because you've been there yourself,
Yeah,
in one way or another. So you've felt that you've lost someone that you're close to, and you don't want anyone else to go through that. So they're both kind of, you go to a wellness event for something like that, you will end up with having both. And SOBS is a fantastic charity that at any point, so even if you think that you weren't affected, like with someone at school, for instance, and you're so many years later, they will still help you through it. It's not like it's something that's happened recently. And they offer so much support. They're online, so doing a one-to-one to try and work out what you need, going on to their forum, so you're speaking to other people, speaking to them on the phone one-to-one. You've got things out in the community, whether that be peer-to-peer kind of just sit down chats. They do their coffee mornings and that kind of a thing, or whether you're actually then going to someone that's fully trained in something like this. There's so much support that they have, so it's not even just information that you want to look on the website about. So yes, it is American, but it's across the world, and that's the reason why it's this time of year, just because it's just after Thanksgiving. And
so what date is Thanksgiving then?
So that's the 22nd.
Okay.
Thanksgiving is Thursday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep. So it's this Saturday.
Right. Okay. Do
So
you think that? Sorry, Shelley.
No. If it was something that you thought that you wanted to read up more about, or to join somewhere, I mean, they've got SOBS do near to their headquarters, I think it is. They pack out a cathedral for people that then go along, and so they just do like the one like church service, which is another thing that then comes up regarding suicide. The thing of having the word committed that goes along with suicide.
I was going to ask you about that.
Yeah, it's committed comes from when it was against the law. So whether it was actually physically against the law, and when it was against the church as well. Catholics more so. Catholics kept hold of that, saying it was against God's will to take your own life. And you could actually be banned from having any kind of service, funeral service or burial, in some of the Catholic churches back not so many few years ago. And committed does actually put a word on it. Some people wouldn't necessarily think about it now, but committed also then comes into, you could have had someone that was committed into a hospital underneath their own, like out their own will, that has started off all of this, and then they took that last step. So it is a word that can grate on quite a lot of people. But I can understand the word suicide will actually then grate on a lot of people, because it was one of those words like cancer that you kind of say it quietly. Yeah.
What I find with the work that I do with young people is that quite often they'll use that word and they'll just say, I committed. And it's like, okay, what do you actually mean? Because you're here talking to me, so you haven't.
Yeah.
But it's a word that they use. And I don't know whether it's used for effect, or I don't quite know. But yeah, quite often they will say, and then I have to then explore, what does that actually mean?
Yeah.
Because you are here and you're talking to me. So there is no end of something there. But I don't know whether that is a word that they've only just started using.
It sounds to me like
Possibly.
it's an extreme use of the word to say that they've messed up.
Possibly, or an extreme use of the word to let you know that this is how I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Because there was a time when the phrase was actually then used, completed suicide, which, okay, it explains what it is, but you're kind of taking away the fact that they've been planning this. It was something that they wanted, like, oh, I completed that job. You know, it's that
okay.
kind of a
yeah.
And it takes away from the fact that, okay, you talking about it and you say completed, it makes sense to you, but for someone that then, because you don't know who's around you that's listening to your conversation, that I don't want anyone to say that I've completed that. It is something that's, yeah,
it's a difficult one.
I mean, I don't say too much, because whenever I talk about people that I know, I'd like to actually give them and say, I'm going to be speaking about. And they're normally all right about it. But I will say that someone I know, that they will say that their mental health problems took that person away. So their suicide was the mental health problems one, if you like.
Okay.
And that is how that they can actually then get through in their heads that, yes, their particular suicide was to do with mental health, and the fact that they couldn't cope with that anymore. Because that's all suicide is. That is the thing you want to stop. And that is the only way that you can think that is going to stop. Suicide is not 100% to do with your mental health. It could very well be, but it is the fact that something has happened and your knee-jerk reaction, and you try to get over it and you can't, so you want it to stop.
So, yeah, I was explaining that to someone today, actually.
Okay.
Because they mentioned that they'd been in London, and unfortunately somebody had jumped in front of the train.
Mm-hmm.
So the conversation came up. And not many people are aware of it like that. I wasn't aware of it. I never thought of it like that until you explained it, Shelley.
Yeah.
And it's just of recent that I heard also about saying that it's, that it's death by suicide rather than saying somebody committed, because because of that connotation towards crime. So people don't know.
Yeah, I mean, some of the things I've watched recently, some of the documentaries of where you've got these parents that have had their children like bullied online or groomed online or anything like that, and where they've taken their own life. Those are the kind of circumstances where the parents will say, there was nothing, I couldn't see anything that was wrong. There was nothing to do with their mental health.
Yeah.
Well, there wasn't. I mean, I can only guess so far, but if you put yourself in that child's point of view, to them, the worst thing has possibly happened. They've been taken in by someone and shown like naked pictures or whatever else. They can't see a way out of that situation. The situation keeps following them online. They're frightened to actually explain to someone what's happened. They can't see that the police can actually do anything, or my school supervisor can do anything. So I just want it to stop. I can't cope with this, and that is the way to stop.
Yeah.
And that's nothing to do with how bubbly a person is, whether their mental health was fine, they've got a caring home, they've got loads of people that they could speak to. It was purely like things like embarrassment, shame. I can't walk back into that school because everyone knows what I've done.
Yeah.
All of those things. So yeah, it's to have something like SOBS and to have a day like this Saturday to actually then think of people that have gone through that, and the people, when I say people that have gone through it, even like the people that are now living as part of that.
Yeah.
Everything that they've had to go through. I mean, SOBS actually does a list. I just remembered I did copy it out. So you've got aspects of the experience of bereavement by suicide, which make it different, can include the circumstances of the loss, the emotional and physical reactions that you're naturally going to have, post-traumatic stress, because it's all of a sudden I'm having to sort all this out and it's come as a shock. As a survivor, you will then have questions. Could I have done? Did I do enough? All that. The stigma and the isolation. So as I said, people not sure what to say, what to do. And the fact that you might have those kind of feelings as part of your reaction to it. As part of that, you then get family and the community tensions kind of thing. So if the family was to then say, well, you should have been looking out for more or anything else, and the prejudices that come from that kind of thing, then all of a sudden you get a lack of privacy because everyone wants to know why such and such happened, especially if it's a suicide where they've taken themselves out of the home to go somewhere. Everyone on Facebook now wants to know, well, what happened? What was that? But why does everyone need to know? You get all that. And then you get all like the investigations that then happen from that. So whether that be police, whether that just be the normal, the normal the way everything goes is you sort of, it's it's a death in unusual circumstances. So the police are involved. Then goes to the inquest. You might then have an autopsy. All of those kind of investigations do take a toll, and it's even for other people. You would have the funeral as being the last thing, whereas an investigation, no, you wouldn't. That could be a year, 18 months afterwards, and then practically all those kind of what happens after a death might then have extra things involved. So where you've got life insurances and things, most of them have changed now, but you still have got some life insurances. If you've taken your own life, you cannot claim on it. So it's not a nice subject.
Sometimes when people do end their life, they are thinking that actually, especially if it's men around losing their jobs and debts and things like this, they then think, well, they'd be better off without me. They'd actually get some money to be able to keep hold of the house and stuff like that. And that might not necessarily be the case if you haven't read the small print.
Yeah.
You know,
if that is one of the when I've done my training through the OLLIE, one of the ones was looking at the fact that with men's mental health and why men of a certain age, it's like what the biggest stat. And one of those things being, you have got the family, you've got the home, you're the one that's the main breadwinner. And if you have got debt problems, you're then looking at how you can sort that out.
Yeah.
And then will be naturally the person that will just look at things very, very logically and will take out that emotional thing. So they will then say, right, we could do it this way, we could do it that way, we could do it that way, or we could do it that way. And it's not that they're worried about it and they're worried about leaving their family and stuff.
Yeah.
But they will just see A, B, C.
Yeah.
Whereas a woman will go A, B, C, but actually C means DEFGHIJ.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. See, Kerry's put on there that when she started her life insurance, she was told that suicide was not covered.
Yeah. And that goes back to that whole committed thing. You've committed an act that is then not going to be, yeah.
But is that the reason though, or is it just because these days, even though the work is being done to destigmatize it, to understand that it is another action that people take, is it not just money gathering and fraud prevention? Maybe I'm being cynical, but I just don't see why it should be excluded, because at the end of the day, if something like that happens, yes, it does happen to the person who did pass by suicide, but the people left behind are still going to go through all the things you've mentioned, all the grief, and on top of all of that, they've now got to worry. They might have to, if it's happened to somebody that was not working, you know what I mean? They've now got to start worrying about financial things. You know, I think that is really unfair.
See, the answer to that question is I don't know, because we don't know. We're not in insurance, but there's got to have been an element that has come down from when it was against the law.
Yeah.
So that must play into it somewhere. But also, it could also be about money. It could also be about those insurance companies that are like, well, we're not paying out for that.
Yeah.
We're not paying out for that. Because the thing is, especially now with insurance companies, they're not paying out for any little dot you didn't tell them.
Yeah.
So they're going to try any which way they can. You know, have you got high blood pressure? Yes. Did you tell us about your cholesterol? No. Right. So we're not paying out. Even though you died from a car accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll still say, but you didn't tell us that. So we're not paying out. So there's going to be some that it's about we're not paying out. But then there's going to be others where it's come along that whole it's against the law and you've committed all of that.
I know this is slightly different.
Yeah.
But
come on, Nico.
Would it also apply to assisted, you know, like the legal one, the one that you could do because you're ill, and you know, I don't even know whether that's legal yet in this country. I haven't really kept up with that legislation.
Yeah,
it's not legal here.
Yeah, it's not legal here at the moment. That is something that they're actually they're looking into. So it's been passed through the House of Lords and things, but it's then not. So it's something that can happen, but nothing has actually then happened yet. And that's one of the things that not upsets me. It's something that they will always then say, like, the assisted dying is not then suicide. It's just the different reasonings behind it, but it does basically boil down to the same thing. And I'm thinking that they will actually start looking at like the inquests in people's deaths when it comes to life insurances now. I'm sure that'd be the only thing that they'll actually then do, because if you've decided along on something, they will then say, "Oh no, you did that off your own back." It's like, I suppose, I'll fancy a new stair carpet. I'll take the carpet outside, chuck something down it, put it back up into my stairs, and then say, "Oh, that's an accident. I'll claim it on my insurance."
Yeah.
They could then look at those pictures. Cecile's looking at me going, "Yeah, I know someone's actually done that." That's an actual real
Why
thing.
would they not just throw something on it whilst it's on the stairs? Why are they?
Because you'll end up messing up what's in your hallway.
Yeah.
It got folded up and chucked, and then folded back, put back into the stairs, and it looked like paint had gone down the stairs. Yeah. So all those kind of things, they want to see pictures, and then as they do now, they look at it and go, "Well, no, that couldn't have happened. We won't pay out." So when these life insurances, they do look at it now. They do look, say, well, hang on a minute. 2 months ago, you took out this life insurance and now you're dead. It's like, hang on a minute, something foul play. So is it like the wife's bumped off the husband after she's put the claim in, kind of thing? You know, all that kind of thing. But yeah, I could see it. I could see it happening, that it will come through to actually when you have an inquest, unfortunately, and it's scary.
It is scary, and it's kind of sad, because insurance companies, I believe, it's my own thought process, not anybody else's, they make enough money.
Yeah.
They make enough money.
Yes, exactly.
So
exactly.
why could they not pay out for somebody whose life has ended? Regardless of how their life has ended, they've been paying into that. Why shouldn't they get paid? Or why shouldn't their family get paid? You know, it's...
But yes, it's all of these kind of practicalities that after death, and it could be the year or so later, you're trying to settle down, and then you're worried about everyone else around you in the family. There is a slight statistic. It's not a huge thing, but you can have people that will, well, now I just can't carry on, and if they've done it, I can do it. It's not that they want to copy or anything else. It is just this whole thing of, well, I now can't cope. And that is not that they've put the idea in their head, but, and that's one of the things about prevention work that I've learned with the OLLIE Foundation, that by talking about it, you're not putting that idea in someone's head. By talking about it, you might actually talk them out of it, because it's, that would just be so such a far out idea. I wouldn't have thought about anything like that. But by talking about it, you might actually shock someone out of it. Rather than you saying, are you thinking of doing something silly? If you went up to someone and said, are you thinking about suicide? They might just, I kind of was, but and because you've been upfront with them, that it might just make their mind think about things differently. Because what we'd learned when you come across someone that's like that, that's, say, for instance, I could have been on a dog walk first thing this morning, gone into the park, someone's been sat in the park all night. And to open up that conversation, that's what we learn. And part of that conversation could be that I'm worried about you. I don't know you, but I'm worried about you, which might open them up, because I've not had anyone worrying about me. I've been worrying about myself. But also, when you've opened up that conversation, you're giving them another option other than what the thoughts they've had in their head all night. Because they might have got to that point of, I've thought of that, I've tried that, I can't do this, and all of that kind of thing. To actually then come to that point of realization of, well, did you actually realize that if it was to do with your debt, that so-and-so's in this area? Which is why I always then share out the Hub of Hope website. And it is this thing as well. But for the Hub of Hope, because you've obviously got to that point because of something. So whether it be debt, whether it be housing, whether it be family, whether it be, anything and everything, that you've actually got something there that's a different option that they never knew about.
But sometimes that's the sad side of this, isn't it? Because there are many organisations out there that are there to help. But when you are in that whole cycle of, I can't see a way out, I cannot see how this is going to change, you know, all of that, those feelings, that's why some people then do take their life, because actually they just cannot see. See.
No, we can't see anything.
What is it? The wood from the trees. They can't see the wood from the trees, you know?
It was one of the things why you've got text shout came about.
Yes. Yeah.
If you think about kids nowadays, they don't use the phone as a phone. So when you say, if you're in trouble, call Samaritans. Yeah, I'm worried now. I don't want to speak to someone I don't know. What they're just going to tell me? They're just going to fob me off like the doctor did, and this so and so did, and this so and so did.
Mm.
Where you've got text shout, you're texting,
Yeah.
and you will open up a bit more because you're used to doing that kind of thing. There's the web chat, the Calm campaign against living miserably. There's their web chat, so it's a similar thing as just normal messaging, and
Which
you
is
get more
same.
people. Yeah, same kind of
same
thing.
as what we do in Couth. It's a text chat. We share all of those with young people, Shout and Calm and the Calm Zone and all of those things, because that's how they communicate.
Yeah.
It's not how we necessarily communicate, although that's what we're trying to do now, because that's the way it's going. But yeah, so you do have to share that information in a way that they're going to be able to access it.
Because it's even something simple like, I've learned it when I was learning with the OLLIE. I'd learned it more because I helped out, volunteered with children and young adults with autism, and knowing that you don't sit straight on with someone and saying what's wrong, because you won't get an answer, or how are you? I'm fine, and that'll be it. To come down to their level, to sit next to them. So when I say to people, and they say, well, I need to have this difficult conversation with someone, I don't know how to do it. Go for a drive, go for a walk. You're sat next to someone and they will open up more, because they're not
looking
face.
at you.
Yeah.
You're not looking at them.
You can't, I mean, my face, I can't naturally hold on to anything. If I'm feeling it, my face is showing it.
Yeah, I've got one of them faces as well.
So if you was to tell me something and then my face would then say, and then you'd clam up, you wouldn't say anything. But if you've actually got someone faced that side to side, you will then naturally open up a lot more. And then actually just explaining that I don't know you, or even if it is a friend, like a colleague at work, or even your best friend, you just say, I'm worried. Don't say, you've got to tell me, you've got to do this, got to that. So, no, I'm worried. Can you explain a little bit more?
I just wanted to say a quick hello. Hello, Yvonne.
Yes,
how are you doing? I did say to everybody earlier on about the show on Saturday, and the fact that literally you just are, every time you do one, it is just getting
Saturday. You
just
said
up in your game,
Friday.
just up in your game every time. Are there any tickets left for Friday? If you're still on, let us know. Just in case there are people out there who would like to go. Don't know where you've been. It's been advertised for ages. You should have got your tickets by now. But anyway, if there are some, we'll try and find out and let you know. So here's a question then. When you go onto social media, when you go onto Facebook and what have you, and somebody's put on there that somebody's died, and the amount of people that will say, well, how?
Yeah.
How did they die?
Really?
Yes. What happened? Yes, they do. They do. If there's 20 people saying, really sorry for your loss, there's at least one person that will say, really sorry for your loss. How did it happen? Now, is that us just being nosy? Are we being curious? Are we just overstepping the mark? I'm saying the we, but it's not me because I don't ask that question. But
I think it's you've kind of touched on it already. The way communication is moving away from that, pick up the phone, have a call. Because obviously, if that was a phone call, oh, this is something like, oh, I'm really sorry for your loss. Are you okay? What happened? It's different from seeing a post, because all that preamble is then cut out, especially if that person is underneath. where everybody said, please accept my condolences, I'm really sorry for your loss. That bit has already been said. So that person's like, oh dear, oh, what happened? I don't think it's necessarily the person asking the question may not be thinking about overstepping the mark. They're asking as what they would, I don't know how to explain it. It's natural, because I'm just thinking, if somebody tells me that somebody's passed away, depending on who it is, of course, it's not every single person. Some people are like, oh, I'm really sorry. But other people might say, oh, I'm really sorry. How are you getting on? Do you need any help? What happened? And the conversation will kind of gear towards, or were they sick? How old were they? To me, those are all questions that tend to come up that are not necessarily relevant, but they do get asked, and it's not necessarily about wanting to invade somebody's privacy. It's like it's all part of the consolation process, isn't it? Even though I now know that you cannot really console anybody in that circumstance, but for me, I didn't know that was not possible until my mum died. Up until then, I just thought, oh my God, that's really bad. What can I do? I'm really sorry. And I think I genuinely think that if 5 people ask that question, 4 of them are asking out of genuine concern. It's just part of that natural conversation that would have happened face to face.
Okay, so here's
you do get a lot. I was thinking that you do get a lot on Facebook specifically, especially in like some of the groups where they've seen the police turn up for something, and everyone just wants to know the full gossip. You know what I mean? So they'll actually then go, oh, I saw the police and I saw the private ambulance. And rather than just sort of the police, because the police will never ever want to say exactly how a person was found. They'll never want to show the mechanism, if you like, of what's happened. But they might say, because they'll just say sort of like, we're not looking for anyone else, situation kind of thing. But then you will get someone will then say, oh, it's then a suicide, oh, it's then this, that, and because then they want to fully go into what's happened. And you get a lot of those kind of people will then comment on people that they do know and doing the same thing. So as you say, Nico, quite a lot of people will be like, oh, I'm sorry, that was a sudden death, wasn't it? What on earth happened? Is anything we can do, kind of thing, as a part of a general conversation. But you have got some of those people that just want to know the ins and outs of everything, and it's like, why do you need to know?
Exactly, because what are you going to do with that information?
Yeah.
What are you going to do with it?
Yeah. Can you
and you do get that with something, Shelley?
Can you put Kerry's message up? Yeah. So a friend of mine passed away last weekend, and I got the fatal call. And after I stopped screaming and crying, I did ask what the hell happened. I think it is a genuine concern.
Yeah.
And I think, and like you've just said, I believe it is a genuine concern. I just wonder whether when you hear about a younger person dying, is that question there around them, and are they thinking it's health, or are they thinking something else because they're younger?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
I think those are all valid questions, but I don't think you can ever know the answer. I think this is one of these things where it is a case by case scenario, because going back to what you said, if I look at I know I'm going to look at this post completely differently now going forward, but by the same token, who is that person that's asking that question? So I would ask those questions based on my relationship with the person telling me, who they're telling me about. Because bear in mind, sometimes you get this information like second or third hand, depending on your relationship to the person that has passed.
Yeah.
So if it's somebody who's a little bit far removed from it, I'm like, really, what happened? Oh my God, were they in hospital? Did this happen? How come we did not know about it? How, etc. But if it's somebody who is directly related, directly involved with that person, then you're more likely to be a little bit more cautious, because you don't want to upset them any more than they're already upset.
Yeah.
And it's a very there's a really good question. I personally don't think of them of things like that in that context at all. When you put it out there, like I said, well, what do you want to do with that information? How is that going to help you? What do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
So sometimes if you don't need the information, you don't need to ask the question, which is I think what you are saying. But sometimes it's also a knee-jerk reaction to really bad news.
I mean, yeah, I've looked at, just as you said, sort of like some of the comments, and you get, well, what happened? And I'm looking at it going, well, why do you need to know?
Yeah, exactly. And there's a difference between that knee-jerk reaction, like Kerry has said, what the hell has happened, especially when somebody dies suddenly.
Yes,
there is that knee-jerk reaction, and maybe that's the cynical side of me. And looking on social media, there's also those other people, and they're a handful. They're not the whole lot. They are a few people who will be looking to see what happened, and that's a different what happened to what happened and concern, you know. So
I even had it after my dad died. My dad only wanted the family to know that he had his cancer. And then there was, just as it came to the end, Dad then gave us a list of people that I could then contact, and just let them know just before. So the following day after Dad died in the middle of the night, it was us sitting down as kids. Right, we need to do a Facebook post. So we did the Facebook post between us, and I had a couple of people that I kind of know, but I thought something was happening, because we didn't say cancer, we didn't say it was pancreatic cancer or anything. He just died of a short illness, and I thought something was happening, and I kind of, like, as you do, you go down, oh, thanks, and you get to that one and you think, well, if you thought something was happening, why didn't you reach out to me then? Like,
that's exactly what I was
really?
thinking.
Really? I thought something was happening. And I'm thinking, what have you just been watching all my Facebook's posting? Because you've never commented it, like, beforehand. You know, where you just got one of these people that you kind of know from ages ago, and I've still stayed friends, and then you do the birthday thing backwards and forwards, that kind of thing. And I'm thinking, really?
Exactly.
Well, sometimes it can come out like that. Yeah, it can come out like that because somebody, obviously the lady that I'm going to the funeral on Friday, we went to Zumba together, and I remember saying to my friend, we've not seen this person, and then they came in and said, oh, that they were ill, they'd been in the hospital with, I think they said pneumonia. So that was fine. Then a couple of weeks after that, again, we're saying amongst ourselves, we're not seeing this person. And eventually, I got really touchy, and I remember I messaged her daughter, saying, look, we've not seen, is your mum okay? We've not seen her, and she's not responding to our messages. And then they came in and said, oh, no, they're in hospital. And I went back again and said, is it the same pneumonia? And they said, yes. And it was literally, I think we've just finished the show the other week, when it was just the two of us. You got the news. But then after that, you stop asking the questions, you see. I'm just putting that thought process together based on everything that you have said there, and thinking, because now in my head I'm thinking, oh my God, maybe this
but you're thinking that for the right reason. Just remember that you're thinking that for the right reason. You're not thinking, well, I don't know where this person is, what have they been doing? You're thinking, we haven't seen them, and we knew she was poorly. So
my saying at the moment is the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and so my intentions and my friends were very good, because this person very, very, very well loved. But obviously, when you're in the thick of it, looking after them and trying to ensure their wishes are met and stuff like that, you might not necessarily perceive it that way. That's what I was thinking as you were speaking.
You do
There, like,
get
oh
some
my
people
God.
that I've known, that I've spoken to, that have had someone die by suicide, and people have come up to them and they might have opened up and said they've died by suicide, and it's all but they'll only say it to certain people because they then know, right, okay, well, that will open up a conversation they don't want to have. Like,
Yeah.
it's none of your business why they decided to do what they did.
Yeah.
But people feel like they need to say it or ask it or whatever. And yeah, so you get all of that kind of thing as well.
Yeah.
And it's a very difficult one to judge. And people, I do believe that people are still very unsure of what to say when someone says that they've died suddenly of cancer, or they've been given a cancer diagnosis, or all these different things. They don't know what to say. So I always say to people when they've asked me, and I said, well, just say, I really don't know what to say, but I will need to talk to you. Because I've had, when I was in junior school, I think I might have said about her before, that she had 2 children die when they were in junior school kind of age due to illnesses. And she had people that she knew would cross the road rather than talk to her because they didn't know what to say to her after the kids had died. Whereas my mum would always make sure that she just talked to her, just normal, general stuff. And the mum would always say, no, I really want to know what the kids are doing, because you would have been her age, and seeing you grow is giving me something.
Yeah.
And I just, I mean, my husband sort of said to my dad, I really don't know what to say. I really don't know what to say. But the fact that you didn't know what to say, and you're letting them know that you're there for them, really does make a difference.
As long as that's if you don't know what to say and you literally just say, I don't know what to say, that's fine. But if you don't know what to say and then you're talking behind my back, that's different.
That is completely different again.
So yeah. But anyway,
let's be honest. Sometimes, sorry, I was going to say, let's be honest. Sometimes there is nothing that you can say.
Exactly.
Even if you think you know what you want to say, like I said, it could come with the purest of loving intentions, but it can still be the wrong thing. And because the closer you are to the person that has gone, obviously that's going to have a multiplication on how the person is feeling, etc. To me, in my head, really and truly, there is nothing that can be said, because no matter what you say, the person ain't coming back. So
and also
most people know me. Yes,
people have lost somebody. You know, when you're going through that grieving process, every day is a different day. So what somebody says to you one day really hits, and you're feeling that when they're saying it to you the next day and you're not feeling your best, it can come, even if it's the same words, it can come across differently. Loss is loss. It's however that happens, people are hurting. But
and most people know that with me, that I don't say anything. I walk up to them and they say, hug. Yeah, okay, hug.
Yeah,
they know that's my thing. Yeah,
there you go. So quickly before we finish then, tomorrow is International Men's Day. So even though we're not doing an event this year, it's just a reminder to look out for your menfolk, your dad, your uncle, your brother, your cousin, your nephew, the guy you work with, you know, anybody, any man that's in your life. Just kind of just check and make sure they're okay. Just make sure they're okay. Or if they're not okay, let them know that you can be an ear for them. You might say the wrong thing, but it don't matter. You know,
you've opened up.
You just want to make sure that they know that you are there. I don't think we check in enough.
It's that thing that the reason why it came up was because of the men's mental health groups. Was, are you okay? Are you sure you're okay? Because everyone would do the knee-jerk reaction. Yeah, I'm fine. No, are you okay?
Yeah, exactly. So, International Men's Day tomorrow. If somebody hasn't phoned you, just drop them a message. Drop them a message. Let them know you're thinking of them. Just another plug for Yvonne Michelle. Friday, Hat Factory. It starts at 7:30. I think the doors open either 6:30 or 6 or 7.
I'm not sure.
I'm not even sure if there's any tickets left, but you can always ring the
You can always check the link. Check the link. If there's tickets there, they'll be there.
Exactly, because it's absolutely, it is. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it. You need to see it. It is a wonderful show. Absolutely wonderful show. Yvonne Michelle, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And then on the 7th of December, time to be confirmed, we have got our end of year soiree. What's the soiree? That's what people say. What's the soiree? Well, if you want to know what it is, come and find out. See? If you want to know what it is,
December. That's a Sunday, isn't it? Yes.
Sundays.
7th of December. Ooh.
Oh, are you actually not doing anything on that day?
Didn't you see me calculating? Did you not see me calculating?
Yes.
Oh my God. Right, I'm going to go put
End
that in
of
my
year
diary
soiree,
now.
celebrating 11 years of Simply D's. 11 years.
Is that going to be at the Luton Irish Forum?
Yes.
It is going to be at the Luton Irish Forum. Do you know where that is?
I think
I've never been there before. I might need some directions. I think I'm supposed to go. I think I'm supposed to go there on the 8th of December as well.
You are supposed to be there on the 8th of December. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to read what it says on there and say it's on Hitchin Road.
I can't read. Which part of I'm on my phone?
This is on too small a phone.
Oh, she's on her phone. Okay, sorry. I take that back. Yes, it is on Hitchin Road.
It's in one little. I don't know why it does this. It's so annoying. I've tried so hard to expand it. Yeah. It's literally in one little square in half the blob of an iPhone.
Okay, so it's a free event, but bring potluck. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? What am I bringing?
Potluck, oh gosh, please no.
Well, it's only because I put it small on there.
Don't let's use American language. We're going to bring a dish. Everybody bring a dish.
Okay.
We're going to have your favourite dish, your favourite snack, your favourite drinks to share with everyone. We will have some refreshments, but yes, that's the whole idea.
Okay, I know what I'm bringing already. What time is it? So let me see if I have time to make it in the morning.
Time to be confirmed.
It's at some point in the afternoon.
We haven't confirmed it yet.
All right. Okay.
Time to be confirmed.
I love you all.
You've got to go. I know. Go before you get told off.
Bye,
I'll see you later.
Bye. Bye.
Yes, so it is. We will let you know what the time is, but it's going to be the 7th of December.
Yes.
And just want to get together, just get together. So go on to our
bit of music,
bit of dancing. Dee Bailey will be singing.
Yeah, more likely.
Not out of our choice. Bye, Kerry. See ya. Not necessarily out of our choice, but Big Dee Bailey will be singing and dancing. Yeah, just come along. Even if you can only, once you know the time, if you can only just pop in, that would be lovely. Be lovely to see you. That's it for today, isn't it? We don't have anything else to share.
No, that's it.
That's enough.
All the bits and pieces.
That is enough. So we will see you again next week at the same time. Think about your menfolk, right? Yes. Tomorrow, International Men's Day. Just drop a little message. Make sure they're good. Or just drop them a message just so they know that you care.
Even if it's a message just to go, oi.
Oi. Oi, what you doing? What you doing? Yeah. There you go. See you next week.
Bye.